Alright, first off, I just want to say my apologies if we're starting off at a weird place here, but I thought the video's audio was going. Microphone again, I really just need to get used to having it off. We're going to put this to the test and see what needs to go first, because this is a little bit of a complicated flowchart for how the blocks get pushed out. Everything acts independent though. So, I have two different mechanisms that'll grab blocks off the top and bottom, and then this mechanism that'll grab them off the sides and front. Of course, we just send this down. I don't know if it's necessary to send it down before pushing them, but it might be. So what we would do here is push this, and then this would get activated after it's pushed, or maybe before. So yeah, however that one would go. We just need to test this out a bit and see the order, because what we want, you see, what I had there originally would not work multiple times. It would work maybe once or twice. But what I want to make is something that can just continuously grab blocks, grab, push. Pretty straightforward there. We're going to be having a few strands here, I suppose, and it looks like one of them is going to be a little off. Or wait, no, they're all going to be, looks like they'll all be in the same area, so we could probably just push them upwards once we get to a certain distance, and then they'll all be in one strand, which is probably how I'm going to do it. And then we could just blow them up. Or we might, alternatively, I might make them go into a wall, and then we could push that wall and break it. After much testing, I think I have something that works. Of course, I don't know how practical this is. This is definitely going to need to be worked on some more, but as far as functionality is concerned, this does work. So what I'm going to say is that, we'll see if I'm going to work on it more besides just getting it functioning. That may be something I do in the future, but as far as it stands right now, I just want to make it functioning. And if it functions, that's all I'm concerned with doing here. So this should work for what we're trying to do. Now, given I might have to space these out a bit more, I'm not sure. Maybe I won't be able to make an array of these like this. It might be a different setup. We'll have to see about it. It's hard to say, because I don't really need to do the same thing for each of these, I don't think. But just getting one of these to work is what I'm trying to do. And of course, I can put more than one of these into the works, basically use more than one at a time. But yeah, it might not be as tileable friendly as I wanted. However, it does work, so I'm going to showcase that to you real quick. And we're going to go through step by step. Of course, there's so much optimization that needs to be done with this. I am not kidding, but I'm not going to do all of the optimization. I just want to make sure that it works. And then maybe later on, if I come up with some ideas, I can apply those and work on it over time. If I do get another design for this, a better design for this, I will let you know. But as it stands right now, it's just functionality that I'm concerned with. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Actually, I didn't know if that part would work. I'm happy it did, because that means I don't have to mess with it again. I've been messing with this for a couple hours, trying to get just that one part to work, because this is one of the more difficult things to do. There. Hard to see them. But we got that. Now we can do this one. It'll be nice to just kind of start working on a method to kind of push stuff all into maybe like a wall or something to break. And we're going to see about how we will break blocks. Rather than not, we're just going to use a pickaxe. I'm thinking what I'm going to start out with is just a room for where we can use our pickaxe. And it'll just be like a chunk block. And we just don't need to go anywhere for it. But we're going to see. I might eventually start with a blast chamber. Or maybe I'll just start with a blast chamber. I don't know. We have plenty of gunpowder for TNT to do something like that, meaning that it wouldn't be that difficult to do. Oh, and you have to press this at least 3 times, I think. Maybe 4. And that is that. So let's go ahead and do it again just to show you that this is self-sustaining, self-sufficient, and everything just kind of gets put into there and sent off, and it works really, really well. I'm happy with it. I mean, this has been probably something that I wanted to do since I started this series, honestly. It's one of the bigger projects that I've wanted to take on. I've just wanted to try it out, see if I could do it. I mean, I've seen a lot of other YouTubers that make, you know, collaborate and make these gigantic, boring machines. Not, you know what I mean. And, well, they are very impressive, and, you know, while I could look at those videos and copy what they did, I'd rather invent my own. I kind of like the challenge of figuring out how to do something. And I think there's something to figuring it out, because, you know, it'll help me make different kinds of concepts that I might have not thought of otherwise. I'm excited to see what exactly I'll be able to do with this now that I have something that works. But what I'm going to say here is I don't want to make the video too long, so we're just going to work on maybe figuring out some system to kind of connect these together, maybe into one thing. We have sort of system going. It works, which is the good thing, and as you'll start seeing, we can push each of these as we press the button. Of course, there needs to be a little bit more automation as far as everything's concerned, but I'm probably going to wait until the next episode to work on that a bit more. Like I've said, this has been a big project to work on. It's not something very little, so it's going to have a few more parts than I was planning on originally, but you know, everything's working, which is what we need to have in order to do something with this. It's working really well, too. It just decides not to do what I want it to. That's all. But we have a double piston extender here that works perfect, and I can't be happier with this, honestly. It has done just about everything that I've wanted it to do, and it does it like I need it to. And as you can see, once we start filling out this right here, then it will, it'll reach its capacity, and then it'll start filling the top of it. So we have that as well. And maybe once it reaches full capacity here, then we could activate TNT. So that is a possible solution to that. As far as activating each of these as soon as this returns, that is something to figure out later on. And then locking mechanisms to keep it from going too far, and different things like that. That's a lot of work, and I'm going to be working on that. I was hoping to start over in the survival world, but it looks like we just have so much to do over here that I just can't. This is going to take a while, that's all I'm going to say, and that's why I've been holding this project off for as long as I have, is because it's just, it is very complex. It's not that the components themselves are hard to build, it's complex to figure out how they work together. Accomplished quite a bit, so I do hope you've enjoyed the video. I really would appreciate, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel, and also leave a like if you haven't. And, you know, if you made it to the end of the video here, then I'm pretty sure that a lot of my content I'm making over on the channel you'd be interested in. So just hitting that subscription button, maybe even notification bell, that will get you up to date with my content. I stress this, I do appreciate you coming over to the meter, checking out my content, and there's plenty of stuff to come, so just keep checking it out, and I will, you know, keep dishing out content and even more stuff. So, you know, announcement video, I think I'm going to have an announcement video tomorrow, so please do go ahead and check that out. I worked very hard on getting that video the way I wanted it so that I could get all these announcements correctly out. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will be seeing you in the next one.